Welcome to Call a Spade. My name is Conchita Lee.
Point of order. Conchita, you look good today.
Thank you. I got a conference to attend to. I'm an exhibitor today, actually.
Continue with your intro.
Anyway, so it is another week.
What are you exhibiting? What are you exhibiting?
An IPTV solution. Dude, I'm in tech sales.
I just got that last week. That's why I'm wearing these. I just got an IPTV solution last week.
Mine is for hospitality industry.
Oh.
So the whole system integration and all that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Good luck with that.
Collaboration,
Yeah, so mine obviously is domestic. I really like it. I got it through a guy called Eric. It works pretty well. It freezes a little bit sometimes, but basically, actually, because for people especially who live in the abroad, it's a good solution because you get both Kenyan and you get, like, now if you lived in Stato, you get all your local, all your international. So it's very relatable. Yeah, actually, I was joking with my friend in Texas. I was like, hey, it's like I'm back in Atlanta. We were just laughing last evening. So it's really, really fantastic. But my eyes glisten too much in the thing, so I decided to protect them. My eyes were glowing like Uhuru's when he drinks that thing, the Kerea.
Sorry, my bad. What's your name again?
Benji Ndolo.
Okay, now let's start.
Juneza Bebwa. Conchi, lastly.
Yes.
Your top exactly matches my cape. Like exactly. Like exactly, yeah. By the from here and charity event Muthaiga golf. So come on, get busy ungeni escort.
I know, man. Yeah, but I got to make money.
It's a charity event kusaidia through All Saints Cathedral.
Oh, nice.
Yes, exactly. So always give back to society.
I always give back. It's standards have been raised.
I never knew you're Catholic.
I'm Catholic.
Where's your crucifix?
I never wear it. I mean, I don't need to announce it. But my daughter wears the crucifix. So
hello, daughter.
I
need to meet her soon.
Yeah, she should. So now,
yes.
Happy Chanwe, Kenya. We did it. We did an amazing score.
Yes, I saw we won one and then held Angola to a draw. Yesterday I didn't watch the game, but I saw it trending.
I saw the game yesterday because I was working at the restaurant and I know Angola's goal was withdrawn. Apparently, it was inside the.
So it wasn't a draw?
No, that's why it ended up to be a draw.
Oh, they were ahead.
Otherwise, tungekuwa tumekanyagwa.
We talked about this last week, eh? I think we have a good coach. Is he American? The guy with the big earrings?
I think so. I don't know.
Big studs, yeah. He's from somewhere. Either Haiti, States, one of those parts of the Western Hemisphere. So what happens is, because I watched some of the Ladies World Cup. I don't know if Gen Z did.
Gen Z did.
And I discussed it with. It was just 2 weeks ago, and I discussed it with a friend of. I discussed with a friend of mine who's a soccer guy. If you look at the pace of that ball, set pieces, Gen Z's Jukam on Onanga ball, and accuracy on passes. To win a soccer game takes those things, Conchi.
Also, shout out to the
pace,
Gen
like
Z.
any pace, lazima ikue juu.
Yeah, but also shout out to the Gen Z that scored the goal.
Oh, of course, exactly.
Great job.
Yeah.
Also, Galamuya Kimpe.
Yeah.
The stadium looks really, really cool.
Of
I
course,
saw the guy do the slide, and I'm like, for once, I'm impressed. Not too much.
I mean, I don't know how much is spent, but yeah, Ruto is determined to fix the stadia. We talked about Talanta Stadia, etc. So again, to the team, step up.
Yes,
step up.
We are proud.
Your effort, have a bit more aggression, and all that comes in training. And the best way to look at how soccer should be played, Conchi, is the European Premier League. Even our ladies. The point I was making, hao wanaweza kuja wakanyage Harambee Stars. Na ni madem with long ponytails. Hey, Gen Z, you have to watch. Wanacheza ball, my friend. Ball in a curve. Corner ndio hiyo.
Now let's go back to calling it a spade. Because now whenever Benji starts, he's always on a roll, and I have to make sure at least I'm relaxed. So
Nimecall a spade a spade.
It is, yes. It is another week of scandals.
Wait, okay.
Sasa tumetoka Kochan. Where we're by, happy news first.
Yes.
Now let's go back.
They're printing money.
Yes. So first of all, we're going to start with the eCitizen. eCitizen has had a lot of scandals so far. Yes. And this is the thing we keep on saying every single week. The fact that we are so accustomed to the word billions being looted, it's incredible.
That you forget how much a billion is.
Yes, we forget how much a billion is. So now someone is saying ever since Ruto took office, 56.6 billion has been stolen through eCitizen. Okay, yes. So 44.8 is unaccounted for. 11B to private accounts. 492 million plus, I don't know, 414K USD to a ghost company. 116 million in marriage fees go. Tell me about the scandals. Your thoughts, Benji?
I'm not privy to the detail of this thing, but I've heard many things, and because this is a broadcast, I'm avoiding giving names. But David Joka, who does the digital head at State House, apparently was one of the guys that had set up a company. It's a private company. I've seen a lot of discussions on eCitizen through the Auditor General and in Parliament. Them saying basically this is a company that doesn't have the capacity to collect at this level, and of course therefore where there's no capacity and bandwidth, you obviously cannot expect to have accountability, because if you're collecting billions and you only maybe have the ability to maybe collect and manage hundreds of millions, and now you're collecting tens of billions, it goes without say that there'll be crazy leakage. There'll be all manner of monkey business going on up in that bitch. And so it is really the making of a huge scandal. I don't know. So now if it becomes like a potluck, a honeypot of seriously connected people. I also saw, I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if you saw Wamushomba followed the president's discussions on Bomet High School, where he pledged 50 million. Which is the exact amount that was removed from the Ministry of Education in the name of Bomet High School, which is a ghost school.
Exactly.
So she's asserting that the president himself, I think I sent it to you, I'm not sure, is obviously the one giving instructions. And that's why there's so much confusion at the ministry, because you have a former PS who is not there, but has deep roots in the ministry. And he is obviously also very close to the president. So again, this is what corruption looks like. This is what corruption looks like. But sometimes also with these allegations, I would rather not pretend I'm too shocked, because we, many times with Professor Marion Mutugi, who is a former fisheries, actually marine PS, and she's a political scientist, we talk about Moism and Kanuism. And for as long as we didn't get rid of Kanuism, Conchita, the same stuff that has haunted this country since the Independence Party days with the corruption of Jomo and Moi, you can expect that to be exhibited by his political children. I cannot pretend to be too shocked. Things of ghost schools and channeling money out brazenly without any regard for the constitution and what have you. A PS is sitting somewhere else running a ministry used to run by remote control against the wishes of the minister who is sitting there and the current PS. It is really sad. It's mafia-like, but I cannot say that I'm too shocked.
Yeah,
No.
because the other scandal is about the peso print, whereby all the...
Conchita, we must remember the president is in his 50s, just like his predecessor, President Uhuru. I remember a CS I worked for, and she called me for a briefing. I used to do strategy, and she asked me, Benji, what do I do? We make a decision in a meeting that I've chaired, and if the PS doesn't like it, he calls the president directly on his mobile, and the president picks.
Jehovah.
Yes, exactly. So she's just asking me, how do I deal with this situation? Because the PS has direct access to His Excellency, the president, and he just tells me, today, Conchita did this, they're trying to do this, etc. And therefore, the PS who is under you is actually more powerful. I also worked for a government institution. I was about to say babe, because I'm trying to stress a point. And one of the senior auditors, after doing meetings chaired by the Auditor General, in the evening, he's at State House in a meeting, updating what the independent office is doing. And he was very close to the then Speaker of Parliament, Justin Muturi.
Okay.
So you see, these are people who walk around, they're like unsupervised. They're like unsupervised. Gen Z ako hapa ako wewe, but Gen Z, from here, anaenda kunywa chai State House.
So
those things make life very complicated.
Just being a flower girl, because
it makes a CS a flower girl.
Yeah, because when I saw that, and you're looking at the links on this the whole scandal for the peso print, Uyu wako connected, all it goes to the first family. And then here I was thinking, I'm like, President Ruto, aka Billy, said that in his campaign manifesto that, I'm trying
There'll
to
be no state
end,
capture.
I'm gonna end dynasties. My bad.
Yeah.
My alarm supposed to be somewhere. So he's out here saying that he's supposed to end dynasties. Dynasties. That was his motto, and then it turns out that he's actually creating it himself. So the entire link, it's linked to him, his wife, and his kids.
That's serious conflict of interest. It's also immoral and it's just not right. So I'm not gonna sit here and defend the president on things that are wrong. I'm gonna sit here and say it's wrong, and I'm gonna say what is right should be done, and also the constitution must be obeyed.
Anyway, let's move forward. I'm really sick and tired of him talking about Ruto every single week. I just want just 1 week to surprise. No, yesterday.
Gashago is talking about him too.
Yeah, no, yesterday he goes and start talking about how he's reducing the motorbikes pricing to I don't know what amount, and I'm thinking, really, like that's what you're thinking about? Like you're thinking about reducing the price of boda boda, that every Kenyan should own a boda boda. Nigga, I don't want to own a boda boda. I want to own like a GL.
That's what's so
Put
sickening.
money in my pocket. What's wrong with you?
That's what's so sickening with this country
Right,
is mediocrity is celebrated. So you saw the whole discussion on Hustler Fund.
Yes.
Hustler Fund disburses 500 shillings, which they even cut some processing fees and some money that you save, so that what gets to your phone is 470 shillings. Now, they are pushing back State House, so mad at those who are critiquing it, saying, high-level people, upper deck, that whole David D discussion, that live in Nairobi, hawajui the value ya 500, hawajui what is 500 shillings. Now, this kind of manipulative, brainwashing mediocrity,
I hate it,
is what mainstreams and makes being mediocre acceptable, that someone like Gen Z can just look forward to one day owning a boda boda.
No.
And the dream is one day, and you know why? It's because people like Sudi, they were touts. Yeah. Sudi was just not even long ago. So he's like, na mimi, it's just a mentality. Mimi nilikuwa nauza kuku, Moy's Bridge, na huyu alikuwa Makanga. Na sasa look at us today. That's an exception to the rule. That's not the rule. Only one out of 1,000. That's less than 1% would have such a story. And so mainstreaming mediocrity is absolutely ridiculous. My recommendation had been structure Hustler Fund, where the small figure, the floor is 50,000 and the limit is 5 million. And you can actually transform lives. For all these billions you're throwing around, for all these billions even in empowerment, the money Kidiki is carrying around and throwing around.
And again, I keep on
structure Hustler Fund, put 50,000 as a low, nini, 50,000 si unaweza fanya at least kitu Gen Z, hata useme, okay, I've done, not 500 shillings, not $3, and the limit 5 million. These people actually in business will actually build businesses and say, Hustler Fund under William Ruto transformed my life. But then they don't want to listen to that kind of logic.
The notion and how the government...
and the person who's proposing that, now someone like D, for example, is on a 1 million shilling salary. His deliverables are not clear. He is on entertainment allowance. He is on house allowance. He is on car allowance. He is on mortgage. He is on entertainment allowance. So it's a 1 million base.
No wonder it's growing so busy.
Yeah, 1 million base, and then they add all this. I thought you were saying growing fat. Or what are you saying?
He's obese.
Oh yeah, obese. Yeah. Yeah, I saw him the other day, by the way. I literally saw him yesterday. And I just beat a corner. I saw him somewhere at the golf club, and I just literally turned a corner. And even where we were sitting, you could see just the grumblings when he arrived. Like, it's just sad. Guys are just sad. Like, these guys,
For me,
it's very sad to make the government so unpopular. It's wrong.
It's wrong for the president to just come and talk about...
And then he says government is wasteful. We found it wasteful and corrupt, and we will probably leave it wasteful and corrupt. That kind of cynicism...
No, it's wrong.
Yeah, government is about empowerment in the real sense, Conchita. It's about making someone like this, his life better. It's not selling cynicism and woga to the kids.
Let me tell you one thing, Benji.
Jeez.
I hate whenever these leaders, when they're talking about this thing, it's just like they're thinking of not you being in a certain class that they are. They're making you be...
It's oppressive.
Yes, it's very oppressive.
It's oppressive.
And for me, it's so wrong.
And talking down to the people.
It is so wrong when the president comes and talks about the borders, pricing and all that. Yet we just had a very serious documentary showing about how kids are being abused because of, the poverty levels.
I saw some of that on Twitter. I didn't watch it. Yeah, I didn't watch it. The BBC, and they talked about how no single woman rep addressed it. Nobody talked about it.
That's the thing. So none of the leaders are
and also the leaders talking about it while wearing 100,000 shilling belt.
It pissed me off because now it is you understanding it is there. No one is talking about kids being abused by...
It's lack of leadership.
No one is talking about arrest. Yet right now, if I'm just to make a small comment about I really don't like the president shots, DCI will find me from whatever shithole I'll be at instead of going to arrest the psychos out here.
It's stupid. It's backward.
Instead of addressing what is happening in the nation, you want to tell us about Boda Boda?
Some of these guys, Conchita, if they could,
come on.
If they could, we wouldn't even have podcasts. We'd be back in the 80s, in the KBC era, where there's only one medium that is managed by government, that is told, apana toa hiyo story, apana sema hiyo. Weka hii. Rais leo alikuwa kwa kanisa. Leo first lady ameenda wapi? Amepanda maua.
No, even the
don't
first
talk
lady.
About.
And you see, for me, that's why I'm very disappointed in Ruto, to be quite honest.
You had expectations.
My God, I am so disappointed. I mean, her fashion sense, first of all, it's not so good, but I'm not gonna talk about that. But I'm gonna talk to her as like a mother, because she's like my mom age.
Yeah.
I mean, like, kids are being abused, and
you're a mom too.
You're a mom too, and you're saying nothing about it. You're not even it's called what, aligning the women representatives out here.
Are you assuming she cares, or what are you assuming exactly?
No, for me, I'll assume that they have a soul. I mean, like, these are kids. Kids are innocent.
They have a soul.
They need to start protecting that. And it's sad that instead of addressing the actual issue, is why are these kids being sold? It all trickles down to poverty. So now instead of making economy better, you're saying no, it's like that the economy is doing wonderfully. You remember that?
Do you know what Lucy Kibaki would have done? Do you know what Lucy Kibaki would have done? Let's even just leave it there.
You know what? We'll be back after the short break.
Should have even attacked the president himself personally.
Yes.
And in public. On something like that, Lucy would have fired the line minister of gender. She would have gone on the ground. And I'm not even she's even dead. I'm not campaigning for her or anything.
Yeah.
She would have gone on the ground. I mean, she once went on the ground where she had seen a family suffering. Yeah. And the chief took her there and she confronted the chief in uniform. She told him, where you have brought me is not where I saw on TV yesterday. Don't be stupid.
Take me to
hapa unipeleke mahali nimekwambia umbo wewe sana. So the whole convoy turned and they went there. She don't be stupid.
And you see what is pissing me.
And she can fire him on the spot.
What is also pissing me the most, and I'm sorry, I knew
that's what when someone cares.
I knew we were about to take you guys on a break. Sorry about that. What is pissing me the most is the fact that the governor of the so-called county is actually a woman. She has said nothing.
This is which county, by the way?
That should be around Nakuru County.
Exactly. The one who went to give birth in Texas.
Anyway, we'll be back after the break.
Damn it. And we're back, guys. Shout out our sponsor, Mike Cerezo. At least they are remembered.
Mikey.
He's a good man.
Hi, Mikey.
And we need sponsors, Conchi. We talked about that.
Need
just
sponsors.
To support this show so we can do more and we can maintain our equipment and pay our little staff, our little office rent. Gen Z producer, shout out to you, homie. Tunakupenda sana.
Gen Z with a good hair.
Yeah, with the good hair, exactly. And your voice is a bit raspy. I'm not gonna ask why.
It's
did you drink cold things, Jana?
No. I've been having a flu for the last
Don't give me the flu.
No, it's gone now.
Should I have brought a mask to work?
Hello.
Should I have brought a mask to work?
Hello.
Yeah, you sound a bit raspy, but you sound good as usual. Good energy. Let's keep going. Conchi.
Yes.
The US, what is going on there? I'm hearing things you were playing here earlier about Gachagua and the Trump administration. And I also saw the president expressing, again, some anger that, people are not... I saw some headlines as well.
Yeah.
What's really going on?
So ideally, the US...
And non-NATO ally status.
The US is calling for Kenya to be reviewed as a non-NATO ally due to...
Non-permanent NATO ally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So due to Ruto's affiliation with the RSF,
Boko Haram,
and Al-Shabaab. So now we're wondering Why the entire country?
Yeah.
Because of like one person.
It's sad.
So now then,
Well, he's a president.
then now comes Gachagua.
Yeah. With
Who broke
the
it
injection.
down?
With the injection.
Gachagua broke it down. And I keep on saying, I'm here for the mess. I'm here for Gachagua's whistleblowing and,
don't know.
his emotional.
I don't know if you remember our podcast a few weeks ago. I said Gachagua is doing major damage.
Yes.
He's the former deputy president. This is a
Yes.
man who has been consuming intelligence briefs,
Yes.
the most classified documents.
Yes.
So if he goes in public and says that the president is having meetings and dealing in gold
Yes.
and doing fraud
Yes.
and supplying guns and weapons to a neighboring country in crisis.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And to make matters
Are
worse.
you kidding me right now?
And to make matters worse
Oh
is the
my
fact that
God.
he says, I was in those meetings, and yes, we do have the evidence. So yes, it is true. The president is dealing with it's called Ahmed.
I don't even want to know his name.
With the gold scandal.
He's a gangster guy. I don't even want to know his
This
name.
guy has killed within. I think it's between when is it? April 11th and 14th. He had killed more than 1,500 at the Zamzam camp.
Oh, that's
So the guy, then what they do is they come and allow the guy to have a meeting at the KICC.
yeah, safe passage in Kenya.
Whereby I also saw
Yeah.
a podcast, someone who said that they were the chair, and indeed the orders came from the State House for them to be able to allow that. So Gachagua is just saying, yes, sir, I is the eyewitness. I will
It's
take a
crazy.
stand. It's crazy. And he's like, we have the
crazy.
evidence.
And one of the things I spoke about a few months ago,
Yes.
I say things, and there are those who understand what I'm saying, Conchita. Then the majority are those who don't really understand geopolitical dynamics.
Okay.
And I explained that William Ruto was very close to Meg Whitman, who was Joe Biden's point person. Because Meg Whitman, remember, is a billionaire lady
Yeah.
and a tech giant. She's kind of like Elon Musk. And so when Trump came in, and Trump is very erratic and Trump is very volatile. And just on his first briefs, I have friends who work in Washington, of course, from back in the day. Yeah, that's it. No, it's important. If you're going to do this business professionally,
Yeah, you better know
cannot do
people.
this business and you have no reach, you have no tentacles, you have no networks.
kinda
So what
like-
do you know?
I know someone who knows someone.
No.
That's my
But
bad
you
right
can't
now.
do this business if you don't know people and if you don't have information and perspective and the ability to get debriefs and to get access.
True, true.
And so
Carry
one
on.
of the first intelligence briefs that Trump got was just on the relationships of Joe Biden, who Trump really hates Joe Biden. He really hates Joe Biden because he feels Joe Biden, first of all, robbed him of his presidency in
course.
2020, mismanaged COVID, and then mismanaged the country, and then all this LGBTQ agenda. So Trump gets triggered is the word.
Yes. I wanted
And
to
so
do
in that whole matrix, and he also has his opinion on shithole countries and Africans.
Yes.
And in that whole matrix, guess who was sitting in the Oval Office in the seat? William Ruto. And so William Ruto, if you care to notice,
Yeah.
Trump has avoided saying anything about William Ruto because he doesn't like William Ruto. The other thing that is obviously helpful to Gashagua's case is the fact that Trump monitors and uses social media.
Yes.
And social media in Kenya is a representation of the ground. As much as people say it's not, it
everything.
is.
Cox
And
is
it's
everything.
really against President William Ruto.
It is.
Social media in Kenya is
is.
vastly against the government.
Yeah.
They name call the president, Kasongo, and all of this. They make him trend. They attack him all the time. And so, to me, President Trump's silence
It's
is very telling. It's very telling.
says deepening. It's what is it? That
And for the second or third time now, the Senate and the US Congress
the
are
Kenya.
issuing public communiques, a step short of sanctions,
Yes.
against the person of the president of Kenya
Uh-huh.
and the Republic of Kenya, basically.
Yeah, because
And then here's the deputy president, who was deputy president last year. Here's the former deputy
former.
president in Washington telling you, it's like Mike Pence telling you, this is what I used to sit and discuss with Trump.
yes.
This is fucking crazy.
It is crazy because another allegation that Gachagua said is the fact that the president, when he was in Mandera, he did indeed have a meeting with Al-Shabaab at night. And then you sit down and then 1 plus 1 is starting to become 24. You start asking
And the
yourself
meeting with Al
questions.
Shabaab was for what exactly?
So apparently, I don't know. I really don't know. So now, if you look at it, he says he alleges that this meeting is why Ruto removed the non-vetting of Kenyans. So now, apparently, the
Of
Americans,
Somalis.
yes,
Non-vetting of Somalis.
yes. Now the Americans are thinking most of the, let's say, Al Shabaab will come in and get to the states as Kenyans, and now attack the countries.
Exactly.
So now
Soft
that's what they're
targets.
looking at. And when you look at it from that angle, you're like, okay,
And that's
it
why I
makes
keep
sense.
saying, that's why I keep saying, I've talked about this before as a communications and public relations person.
Yeah.
It is very damaging that the president is perceived or seen to be a bad person.
Yes.
That is, so for a lot of the president's inner circle, and I see some of them on Twitter, their whole thing is, Ruto has always been under attack. He overcame ICC. He overcame everybody who said he's a thief. Everybody who
all,
said he's a land grabber, and he became president.
I should say all the eyewitness disappeared.
It's about aura. Like the president is a Kalenjin. He cannot care what anyone says. No, he has to care because the fact that people just think a president is a thug
Yes.
is itself problematic, because then he's vulnerable to attacks even when he's innocent.
Yeah.
Because people are thinking, he actually went and met with Al Shabaab.
But
it's
that's
just
the thing,
wrong.
And what?
I just sometimes
How
don't know what to
that
do.
will come and how people will say that is because one, we did see, of course, the arms, the firearms and all that that were being exported alleged to South Sudan through Kenya.
Yes.
And first of all, South Sudan actually announced that they did bomb, like, what is it? Is it Colombia or something? Mercenaries that were about to get into.
Conchi, I hope you don't disappear, but I'm not sikuzi uoga. But I hope you don't disappear.
No, please.
I'd be crying on air.
Oh,
Even Gen Z.
I'm just a citizen who's knowledgeable.
Even
guys.
Gen Z would just be
I
crying.
like reading. I like looking at facts. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person you can't really.
So you're not a whistleblower?
I'm not a whistleblower. I'm just echoing what was being said, and we're running a podcast called Call a Spade.
Yeah.
So we have to call a spade.
You're not an NIS operative? I hear they get a lot of ladies. I get a lot of
I am
ladies.
not. I'm not an agent.
And
guys.
that's how they know many things.
No, I just listen. I've been lucky enough to sit and know people who are able to have a conversation with.
Yes, exactly.
Not an agent.
And pick their brain, yeah.
Pick the brain.
Yeah.
I just like to understand things, and also I like to use common sense. And some things is we're not stupid and we're not blind. If you can be able to look at certain things, you're like, inu jinga.
Exactly.
So now, yes, inu fala. So when I tell you such kind of things, and then you're out here saying, uyu amenini, no.
Fala manga.
Anyway, back to these people.
You want to play Gashagwa's clip so that people know what we are talking
No,
about?
it's actually trending.
Okay.
We'll be able to play it.
Okay.
However, one of the other things that came that was very, very lakini Gachagua.
Ni mnoma.
He told Ruto that to stop hiding behind China. And I remember we talked about that, how we were going to talk about China. And I'm like, okay. You look at currently, you're like, anyway, yeah, China could be. Because there's so many, things happening. And the Chinese people have been given so many. Like, ile picture, State House. Chinese contractor was there.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's look at Talanta.
Yeah, which is
Bigger.
Talanta is $2 million a day. Now, the problem with
We look at
Chinese,
Nini.
let me say two things. The problem with Chinese is one of two things.
Yeah.
Number one, the Chinese are naturally very corrupt. That's just a fact. The Chinese are corrupt and they don't care. Naturally.
As long as they make money, it's
Yes. Number two, the Chinese, unlike the West, they don't hold anyone to human rights standards. Why? First of all, they themselves don't have a democracy. They don't believe in democracy. They are communists and socialists. So the Western ideals of constitutionalism, democracy, human rights, and rule of law, good governance, Chinese will never have that discussion. So they're the best partner. They're the best partner. Remember, they're also very extractive.
Yes.
And you'll always have Africans that are ready to sell their
Yes.
own things
Yes.
for the benefit of someone else against their own people.
True.
So as much as Chinese have helped us build bridges and roads, etc., since 2000, 25 years ago, it
Yeah.
was the biggest geopolitical governance move, because it doesn't advance Kenya as a progressive society, but it can actually provide. You'll never hear the Chinese saying, how come police are shooting dead unarmed citizens?
Yes.
And so if they're your biggest ally putting in money and they don't care about stuff like that, they can only enhance and empower dictatorships.
What?
By the way, shout out to I saw some of the comments on the thing.
Yeah.
We have a lot of followers that send messages privately and publicly, and they say that they learned something from the podcast.
Yes.
Shout out to you guys. We aim to empower, to educate.
No, this is empowering, guys. Natuna pesa kindiki, hi.
As we enlighten and educate. That's what we do. So shout out to you guys and keep watching.
Kindiki noma sin noma.
I think you meant ni noma si noma. Sina base, Nikona base.
Not really. I would love
bad.
Kindiki's money, to be quite honest. So we are out here to empower people. We are out here to educate people. To be quite honest, no, but I feel like it could be my homie.
Yeah, I know him. We know each other. I'll try and we'll look for him.
I would like to be his friend because I feel like he's the most peaceful kind of a person.
Yeah, he's a very
he's just a
kind of docile.
I like such kind of like worship people. Because
he's not like Benji.
I like you.
Benji's rough.
To be quite honest, I would like to pick Kindiki's brains.
Yeah, he's a serious lawyer.
When he was not the deputy.
Yeah.
He used to make sense.
Yeah.
He used to make sense, and right now I don't know what's happening.
I'll look for him. I have his number actually. Ndamtafuta.
Yes, let's take
So we can try to have him as a guest or even but then you see now people will be mad. They'll say you guys
not really. We are out here.
Mnalonda serikali.
The thing is, we'd love to have the politicians here to give the side of the story. Because us, we're just talking as citizens. We're not talking, we're not paid, we're not under any payroll, we're not here to. That's why we said, enyewe, stadium iko sawa. We give
credit to its due.
Yes.
Yeah, but still the audience, they'll be like, Benji, Conchita, wanataka kazi, or
some of us even have big
serikali.
Projects with I work in tech sales and I have some big projects, with NDAs.
I salute your work ethic, by the way. Conchita is always on time. Where's my camera? So let me just give Conchita her flowers while she's alive. And she's going to be alive for many decades to come. Mm-hmm. It's very rare that you meet women that are very good with time. Conchita kwambia ni 10 o'clock. It's 9:45. She's seated waiting. And that's always and every time. Akisema 8 o'clock, 7:50, she's seated. Like Conchita is never 1 minute late. And why I'm saying this is because punctuality is a very key attribute when it comes to self-character development, when it comes to growth, when it comes to discipline. Mm-hmm. It reflects a lot about a human being. A lot of Kenyans, you set up something for 11 o'clock, they just come in at 11:40, tired. Oh my God, that's the Kenyan way. Then they even laugh. If you're on time, they're like, 11. I knew to 11:30, like that. So shout out for that because I'm a punctual person.
Thank you.
Ordinarily, but I realize it's not the norm. It's not the norm. Yeah, but today I wasn't on time. But usually, punctuality now is a very big thing. Yes.
I know. So we are going to take...
And very hardworking.
Thank you.
And very enterprising. Unajaribu hilo, unafanya meeting, unafuatilia sales cycle 10 months, no money, alafu pesa inaingia. So it's not for everyone and you have my support on that, Conchi.
Thank you so much, my friend.
You're welcome.
So we will take a short break and we'll be back with more on Call a Spade. Remember, we are live from the Spiderweb Studios.
Not a big spoon.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to Call a Spade. I am Conchita Lillian.
I'm Benji Ndolo.
And Benji...
The one who was named.
Benji was your beef with the winner.
Mazeli trend killer mali. I did need to respond, but it's just... So what we was trying to say is the guys who are controlling social media in Kenya.
Yeah.
But it was in the context of they're the guys who are inciting Gen Z. So I just got a lot of, calls from friends and family. They're just like... you've been very conciliatory with these people, but you see these are not good people. Kwa nini anakuname hivo? And you also name me along with guys who are heavily funded. The former Chief Justice, Boniface Mwangi. Boniface does a lot of good work, but these are guys who are heavily also funded by their allies, etc. Oh, by the way, today I wore my... Let's try to show that. Yeah. So the Organization for National Empowerment is my consultancy that I established in the year 2012. We do lobbying, policy, advocacy, but we're very unfunded. We can get funded and we can do a lot of real empowerment by, for example, one of our main things was just detribalizing Kenyan politics. And so we talk this Gen Z language since back in the day, since Gen Z were kids.
Which is really, really good.
Yeah, but then now to put it like I'm the one who is, and then, people have all manner of assumptions. You guys are like, kina Benji ndio wanafanya watu wanatukana rais, blah, blah, blah. It's just that. Unnecessary headache.
Away from politics. Let's just move up from politics.
To money.
There's a viral, and I really want to understand. There's a viral video clip, I don't know if you saw it on TikTok, of a guy who saw a young girl akiumwa na nini, but akasema, unaona huyo msichana pale anaumwa na siafu, siwezi atamsaidia, itakuwa noma. I'm like,
yeah, I saw that.
How oppressed are men currently?
That's what happens when a society is warped, when a society is immoral. I've told you before, I'm the father of a daughter.
Yeah.
I've raised girls, especially. I've raised so many kids. I've been a stepfather. I've been a father figure. I've got toys in the US and in Kenya, all over. And sometimes just because of how crazy the society is, you find, first of all, there's a lot of, child abuse. There's a lot of...
we spoke about the BBC.
We've seen men that molest their own children. If you go and search, you're a journalist, you'll see on Citizen and on other news outlets, you've had men that molest their own 11-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds. We've had men that impregnate their own kids, etc. Because it's more of a sick society. And so sometimes when you're a normal guy, when you're a healthy and functional guy in a sick society, guess what? They say in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. When you're a sane person, Conchita, people think you're crazy. Because they're just used to looting, abusing, manipulating, killing, stealing. And so this guy couldn't even help a small kid. Because in the society, they'll be like, why are you touching that kid? Exactly. You are undressing that kid. And so that's... Personally, I would have helped that kid. But, sometimes it also helps when... you've been in public life for a long time and people actually know you, and there are people who will actually vouch for you. I know Benji.
He's a decent person and all that.
Yes, and he's absolutely, he would never harm that child. But in general, you see all manner of issues. People who have talked to girls in school uniform. I saw another one who said his neighbor's daughter, I think she's 16, she just... on the common line, she just saw his clothes. And sometimes, you're like a charming uncle or whatever. Yeah. So she saw his clothes and akazianua, akamletea kwa nyumba. Just that. But just, we're also an overly sexualized society. Yeah. Because, also, just being in a house or in
the
private...
politicians themselves are over-sexualizing.
That's what I'm saying. Not everything has to be about sex.
Yeah, true.
You understand? You can just be in a setting where you're having a discussion. And by the way, you saw the whole thing on Munengi Mulandi of Nairobi Baptist Church. Oh my God. And because I know him personally, I'm not going to go much into
I keep on
that.
Saying this.
Yeah. And so the church excommunicated him. But apparently he's run out of the country.
But you see, the church has excommunicated him, and then here we have a stupid female
I saw that.
church whatever supporting, and I'm like,
they always side with the abuser.
And that's the thing.
They always
She's supposed to also be excommunicated.
Apparently, the elders had a meeting and told him, hey, this is really bad, so maybe try and leave the country, etc.
It should be in jail.
I grew up in that church.
I think it's high time.
I grew up in that church.
I think it's high time, Benji.
It was just a nice family setting. But the whole church thing, like for me, I left that church on my own volition many years ago.
I think it's high time the sex registry, sex offenders should be public in Kenya. And then to be raping boys.
Time. And that's the thing, as a man, to be raping boys as a man.
That's the thing.
Let alone the thing of girls at Alliance. Some of these things, Conchita, it's above. I can't discuss this on the podcast because it's above my... Like, How can I talk about things I don't understand?
I'm telling you,
Women
it's
are
high
lonely out here.
It's high time
Women are
the
earning.
sex registry, sex offenders
Is
public.
But see, they'll
and
corrupt
people
it
are in it.
and put fake names and wrong names and if you have money, they'll put you on the registry. Then one day you find miraculously the name disappeared.
No, because there's a time. There's a time I was in a certain golf course. I'm not gonna mention which one. And there's this guy who happened to sit next to us, and there's this young girl, and I could tell this young girl,
She's a minor,
she's a minor,
like 15.
and she was drinking alcohol, and I'm looking at this old man.
Oh yeah,
I'm
there's
like,
impunity.
What the fuck? Like, I was so disturbed. So I asked
There's impunity.
I asked this girl a question, and I'm like, how old are you?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm in the first year.
Oh,
Nikona mekunywa black eyes. And I'm like,
maybe she was 19.
She wasn't.
she wasn't,
I told my friend.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Huyu ni minor.
something is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable sitting on this table.
Wow, yeah.
I need to get out.
Exactly.
This is a minor.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
terrible.
when I started asking the girl a question,
Yeah.
I asked her, I'm like, which school, which uni are you?
Yeah.
Academia, a certain university.
Yeah.
I gave her a wrong name
Yeah.
of one of the
Oh, exactly.
hostel.
Akasema namjua.
No, hostel. Akasema, actually.
Yeah, she was lying. Yeah,
I
she
told
was
my friend,
lying.
let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I remember I confronted
Yeah.
that man.
Yeah.
I told him this
is
girl
terrible.
is a minor.
They do that when they have
And
money.
Yes, he's a very
There's
loaded
another
guy.
thing I see it mostly with
I hate
blacks,
it.
with African guys, but mostly just with blacks. So I see this with American guys as well. And they tell you, Benji, I don't do over 25. I don't. Even if she's how fly,
Fucking
I
pedophile.
I don't
Sicko.
touch. Well done. I like new fresh meat. Like I said,
This is
that's too
Spade,
much for me
guys.
on Color Spade.
It is a very sickening world. And again, if you happen to be one of those people who have been abused by these people, there are like organizations that are helping out, and would really, really love to partner up with such kind of organizations such that you can be able to be mentioning them.
Because there's lifelong consequences.
Because yes, the trauma past it. Trust you me, I
A
know.
pastor is touching your butt, your anus, you're a boy. This thing was a big problem in the Archdiocese of Boston.
And the fact that
with Catholic, you're Catholic, you
yes,
said.
I'm Catholic, and I know
with
how
Catholic
it's
priests,
crazy.
it's a huge crisis. I went to a Catholic school. It wasn't
It's
as
crazy.
prevalent, but
I
it's
hate
so
it.
painful to even imagine.
I hate it, and the fact
And
that
these boys need us to raise them.
No, my issue is the fact that they say elders spoke. Elders spoke.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking
Exactly.
about?
They
What are you
always
speaking?
they always get together to shield the
it's-
abuser
it's-
and the reputation of the
Yes,
institution.
and not only that.
What
it
about the
happens
child? The child
Yes,
is 9.
It's
The child is
innocent.
9. The child didn't even know what's
Scarred
happening.
for life.
You just
Trust you
grow
me.
up and you realize when I was 9, some mzee that was touching my butt with Vaseline, this hindered my ability to connect with a woman, to have a family. It's trauma. It's lifelong consequences.
It is trauma.
Oh my God.
And
I
we
can't
have
talk
to
about
end it
this.
there. So guys,
Thanks for listening to Call Us Spade a Spade.
thank you so
All the best,
much
Conchi. Have a
for-
nice weekend.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching Call a Spade. Remember, it's about facts, no shade. And it's about just the reality of things. My name is Conchita Lillian, and we have been live from the Spiderweb Studios. Until next time, it's a wrap.
Benji Dolo in the blue corner. Good night. Good luck. God bless.
Ooh, fancy.